Hello everyone, long time no see. So I know I haven't filmed in a couple of months now. My whole family had to deal with COVID, and then we had several weeks with my sister who came from overseas. We finally got to meet my niece, so we were so excited and we were luxuriating in the summertime, spending time with family. So I hope you guys all had a great summer, and I'm back to wanting to review a ton of the items that I was wearing this summer, and I just didn't get a chance to really spend any time online even looking up. So I was excited when I had been using some of these items and then went to kind of look and see what people were saying about them, and realizing some of them had like major drama, and I did not know any of this. So we're gonna start today with talking about the Jones Road What the Foundation, and I've been using this since it came out, and I didn't know that there was like a huge kind of this one viral on TikTok, and then I went back and watched like the video that I guess made it all kind of become super popular, and I was definitely amazed by that video because it was like exactly the opposite of what I had been experiencing. So I wanted to post this because I know that I have done a lot of reviews on Jones Road products, and they've been sort of up and down. I've loved a lot of their products, and I've really like not loved a lot of their products, but this is one that I can completely say I'm in love with. Now, I think it's important to mention, like, when you see this foundation, this is not going to work for a lot of people. Okay, so if you're oily, maybe even combination, this is probably not going to be a foundation that you would love. It is incredibly dewy. I think it's really like, it gives such a like lit from within look. It's not glittery or anything like that, but it makes you look so healthy and glowy if you have dry skin. When I use this, I don't put any primer on. I only use my regular moisturizer that I let sink in, but I don't use a primer because it's already so sort of moisturizing that if I add anything else, it will kind of slip off the face. I have this in the shade Porcelain. Now let me show you. So if you see, this is definitely a warm porcelain, okay? So if someone normally says porcelain to me, I'm expecting shades that are going to be a lot more with like a white cast to them, but I would say that this is truly like a warm, to me it seems more of like an ivory, right? So if we look at some of the shades, like maybe this is 000 from RMS, it's their Uncover concealer. You see how that's like much lighter. This has a lot more warmth to it. Okay, so you can see those two colors. This is the lightest shades from both of these lines, and you can see this one is much brighter than this one. But since it's such a light coverage product, it does work, I think, for really fair skin. I think if maybe, so I have pink in my skin, but I think if you have like no redness whatsoever, this might not work for you. I think you have to have a little bit of sort of pigmentation in this, like maybe just a redness, or maybe if you're a little bit more yellow, it might work for you. But if you truly have no pigmentation in the sense of like really fair, this might be a little bit too deep of a shade for you. But let's talk about how I kind of use this. So I use this really sparingly all over my face, and you can feel the moisturizing nature of it, okay? All Jones Road products have a fragrance. You have to either like that, or that could be a spot for you to instantly kind of click out from buying this. It's a huge amount of product. I've been using it all summer. I have been nowhere close to even getting like a dent in this. And I think that what's nice about it is that you put a little bit on and you're like, okay, this is an extremely light coverage. I would really compare it to some of my lightest coverage foundations. So for me, that would be like the Sunny Days. Let me grab it. This is Tower 28 Sunny Days. It's that kind of coverage, okay? So it's going to be like your really light tinted moisturizer. But the magic for me is combining it with the Jones Road pencils. Now, I've talked about these pencils before. I really think that this is one of the shining products from their line. And I have shade 2 and shade 3. I wanted to get 1, but when I placed my last order, they didn't have 1 in stock. But if you can see, they really are different undertones. So I'd recommend, I mean, I know that they're a pricier product, but having a couple shades of these is a really good option, because sometimes you want to neutralize red, sometimes, you know, you want it to be really close to your skin tone. So it could be different options, and I really like that about this. Okay, so what I do is I use a light layer of this. This is how I wore it today. And then I go back over, and what I've really realized with the pencils is I will put a couple dots. So say I have some breakouts, I've got some stuff, you know, going texture on my skin right now. Ever since I had COVID, I've had crazy breakouts. It's slowly getting better through the summer, but I've definitely had more breakouts than normal. And what I will do is I'll put a dot. On acne, I've been using number 3 because it has more yellow and it kind of cancels out some of that red. And then I'll go in and sort of just like lightly go over all of the extra pigmentation, like pimples, and then I let it sit. I do not let it rub it in right away. Then I'll put the number 2 shade underneath my eyes. I'll put that on like my hyperpigmentation spots, anything else around my nose, just to sort of even some of that redness out. Just like, but not so much the redness of a pimple that's like way more intense red, but just sort of that discoloration of day to day. And then I use both of these, and then I let it sit for a little bit, you know, just like give it a second. I'll work on something else, and then I'll go in and just pat just the edges because I want to keep that color concentrated, and that's been working really well for me. So I mean, I love the combination of these two products. I personally feel that if you use just the Jones Road foundation, it's an extremely light coverage, but with the pencils it sort of bumps it up to a, you know, light to light medium coverage for me, and it's such a natural coverage. I mean, you can see my skin looks glowy without looking at all unnatural. You can still see my freckles coming through. You know, it's really kind of my ideal look. Now, I would say that I'm, you know, as you know from watching my videos, I love the Sneaky Balm from Salt New York, and for this product, this gives a little bit more coverage, right, than the Jones Road, and they both are wonderful in that when you wear these throughout the day, they wear down off of your skin, but they do not gather and like bunch up, which is what my kind of ideal foundation situation is. What I love about the Jones Road is it does not accentuate pores. You don't get like, you know, really noticeable pores around your nose, or for me around the eyes can be a trouble spot. I don't have any issues with that. So this is a great product if you are dry, if you're looking for really kind of a glow. I really recommend this. And if you like the Salt New York Sneaky Balm, you might want to try out the Jones Road. And then what I kind of use to sum up this look, if I'm going to use Jones Road and I'm going to be out at all during the summer heat, I always am using the Hydro Milk or the Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray from Milk Cosmetics. I personally think that this needs a setting spray if you don't want it to just kind of wear down really quickly. And what I've been loving, I mean, this is sort of an add-on, but I really like the Makeup by Mario, the skin enhancers. This is like a holy grail bronzer for me at this point, and this works so well with the Jones Road. So if you're looking for a really natural bronzer that just gives you a little bit of warmth but is so easy to apply, this is a really good combination with the Jones Road products and with the Salt New York if you have either one of those. Okay, so that's my sort of sum up on the What the Foundation. I know that there was a lot of drama around this, but if you're into light foundations, if you're into really natural looking skin, this is a very good option, especially if you like the Salt New York Sneaky Balm, or if you like sort of tinted moisturizer sort of style of products. This just is such a beautiful product, especially if you have very dry skin. All right, thanks for watching.